What it ultimately comes down to is that I love snowboarding more than anything. Snowboarding is what keeps me coming back, and then another factor that's just as big as snowboarding is my friends. I'd say all the diggers are the best snowboarders just because it's all my best friends, and I really like watching them snowboard. They're not here making money or anything like that. They're here to snowboard, and seeing that passion, that desire just to get out and ride a board and see all the diggers put in the work, seeing all that drive is very prevalent, and that's what gets me psyched. It's pretty laborsome. It's a lot of work. We all, can kind of empathize with each other, but we're all like in it together. It's pretty awesome. Everyone has a pretty good sense of humor, so everyone's cracking jokes all the time. We're all snowboarding together, so all those factors kind of just bring us all together. After the end of every summer, it's kind of battle between if I want to move back to Salt Lake and post up there again and make that home base, or get to Boise and just travel from out of there and snowboard at my home mountain, Bogus Basin. Usually I'll find a random job like serving or make ends meet by finding whatever and just work away throughout, months of September till pretty much December, January, and then that's when I step back to film for the winter.
Parker was a kid that he's had a lot of tries at becoming the snowboarder he wanted to, and it goes back like maybe, I don't know, 8, 10 years.
I ended up linking up with Dan McNamara with Bond and Weekend in 2010. He got me going on Bond outerwear and Weekend snowboards, pretty young at times. Like, oh dang, this is really cool, this is just happening.
He just kept getting shut down with injuries.
Around all that time, like a bunch of stuff happened. I had 2 years of ACL surgeries.
And then he would show these amazing bursts of like, whoa, this guy's gnarly.
Bond and Weekend went out of business. Going with the new sponsors, it was hard to kind of like find that void that was missing from Bond and Weekend. It's kind of like lost and like going through all these personal trials of injuries and recoveries and stuff like that.
And then he gets hurt and he's gone for a whole season.
Had a motorcycle crash, was cruising out and was going to meet up with everyone in Bend for the 4th of July, and I hit a deer on my bike. The whole grand scheme of things, I was very fortunate and came out pretty unscathed. And then by session 5, kind of walk around more, I can dig and rake other stuff, and I can snowboard from point A to point B. And by session 6, I was able to put my foot into a boot. I remember the second to last day on hill, I was like, holy cow, I'm doing laps today. I think I'm gonna try and get in the half pipe, and was riding the half pipe, and then one of our diggers at the time, Joe Hills, he gave me sled laps, and after we had to close the park, I'd probably hit that medium jump another 6 more times or so, and just had a time of my life just getting in the air and snowboarding, after all that malarkey for years.
A lot of people would have bailed, and he just didn't.
I learned a lot out of it, actually, and the whole entire time, I was still snowboarding when I could with the injuries and stuff. Just want to snowboard and just want to film and kind of just do my own thing. If there was anyone I want to support, it would be Dinosaurs Will Die. Got boards and still just get boards, and that's, all that really matters. Around that same time with Dinosaurs Will Die is when Think Tank started happening for myself.
With the new Think Tank crew that's been coming up under Sean Lucy, Parker has always been a part of that. They were all in Variety Pack together. Lucy said, Parker wants to film a video part, and I was like, yeah, that's sick. I said, Parker, you don't have to come back right now with the best video part ever filmed. You have to come out with a video part. Make it through a season. That's gonna give you tons of confidence going into next year.
This past winter, I filmed for Think Tank. The movie's called Methods of Prediction. It doesn't feel like you're going out on a trip to produce shots. It feels like you're hopping in a van, going out and snowboarding with your friends. Traveled around the Northwest, got to go snowboard at my home mountain, Bogus Basin. I found kind of a nice pace for myself. I like, things I like to do is just spending time around the friends I have, and skateboarding, snowboarding, riding my bike, so everything goes well, hopefully just more of that.